Good morning. How are you all today? Thank you for visiting with us and viewing with us. We're continuing our studies from the book of 2 Samuel, and today we're in chapter 20. And welcome to this class, and I appreciate you all are viewing and liking this ministry. So thank you all again, and we'll get started in 2 Samuel chapter 20. And we'll be looking at David. Trouble continued to follow David. And it begins with Anne letting us know the same subject is continuing. And there happened to be there a man of Belial, whose name was Sheba, the son of Bichri, a Benjamite. And he blew a trumpet and said, "We have no part in David, neither have we any inheritance in the son of Jesse. Every man to his tents, O Israel." And he's talking about in the previous chapter where Israel said, "We have 10 parts. In Judah, you only have 1, 2 with Benjamin." But this is a descendant of Benjamin, and he's rebelling against King David because of this spat that had ensued between the tribe of Judah and the 10-tribe Israelite family. Now, they had not actually separated from each other. That will not happen until Rehoboam, King Solomon's son, is when the kingdom will be actually divided from the east side to the west side of the River Jordan. And so this is a Benjamite, and he's with the 10-tribe people or group. Verse 2. So every man of Israel went up from David and followed Sheba, the son of Bichri. But the men of Judah clave unto their king from Jordan even to Jerusalem. Verse 3. And David came to his house at Jerusalem, and the king took the 10 women, his concubines, whom he had left to keep the house, and put them in ward or in isolation, and fed them, but went not in unto them. So these 10 concubines, so they were shut up unto the day of their death, living in widowhood. Now, in chapter 15, when David began to run from Absalom, David took these 10 women to keep the house. And in the meantime, in chapter 16, Absalom lay with these 10 women, so they're defiled by David's son. And so David will not have anything to do with them, and he put them in isolation. And they were there until the day of their death, living in widowhood. And now Joab murders Amasa. Now Joab is one of 3 brothers: Joab, Abishai, and Asahel. Asahel has gotten killed, and so now it's just Abishai and Joab. Amasa is the first cousin to Joab and Abishai. And Amasa, David wants to replace Joab with Amasa. And so this is going to be a drama that we see happen as we continue to read. Verse 4, we're in 2 Samuel verse 20, verse 4. Then said the king David to Amasa. Now, David had two sisters, Zeruiah, which is Joab, Asahel, and Abishai's mother, and Abigail, who is Amasa's mother. Those are sisters to David. Then said the king to Amasa, assemble me the men of Judah within 3 days, and be thou here present. You come too. Verse 5, so Amasa went to assemble the men of Judah, but he tarried longer than the set time which he had appointed, which the king had appointed him. Verse 6, and David said to Abishai, now shall Sheba, the son of Bichri, do us more harm than did Absalom, my son. And he says, take thou thy Lord's servants and pursue after him, that is, after Sheba, lest he get him fenced cities and escape us, and we lose sight of him. So he's saying to Asahel, I want you to find Sheba and not allow him to escape us. Verse 7, and there went out after him Joab's men, and the Cherethites and the Pelethites, who were also warriors in David's army, and all the mighty men. So these warriors, along with I think it's 37 mighty men in one place and a number untold in another place. But these were mighty men. And they went out of Jerusalem to pursue after Sheba, the son of Bichri. Verse 8. When they were at the great stone, which is in Gibeon, Amasa went before them, so he joined them and he led them. And Joab's garment that he had put on was girded unto him, and upon it a girdle with a sword fastened upon his loins in the sheath thereof. And as he went forth, it fell out, the sword fell out. He had on Joab's clothes and all this armor, and it fell out when he was going forth with the other men of war. Verse 9, and Joab said to Amasa, now these are first cousins, art thou in health, my brother? And Joab took Amasa by the beard with the right hand to kiss him. Now that's a kiss of death. Amasa don't know that, but Joab does, because he didn't want to lose his place as the general of David's army. Verse 10. But Amasa took no heed to the sword that was in Joab's hand. So he smote him therewith in the 5th rib, or straight through the heart, and shed out his bowels of blood to the ground. And that will be explained, I think, that bowels means blood in the next verse or two. So shed out his blood to the ground and struck him not again. He struck him one time and he died. So Joab and Abishai brothers, his brother, Joab and Abishai, Joab's brother, pursued after Sheba, the son of Bichri. So they kept going. Amasa is dead. Verse 11. And one of Joab's men stood by and said, He that favored Joab and he that is for David, let him go after Joab. Verse 12. And Amasa wallowed in blood in the midst of the highway. And when the man saw that all the people stood still, he removed Amasa out of the highway into the field and cast a cloth upon him. When he saw that everyone that came by him stood still, that was distraction for the rest of the men. So he was moved out of the highway. And that is where and why when someone dies, we cover their heads, we cover them all the way down to the feet. And they cast him, Amasa, out of the roadway where people were stopping to look at what was going on. Verse 13. When he was, that is Amasa, when he was removed out of the highway, all the people went on after Joab to pursue after Sheba, the son of Bichri. Verse 14. And he went through all the tribes of Israel unto Abel and to Beth-Maachah and all the Berites, and they were gathered together and went also after him, that is the men of war. And these are people in the Judah, but in a district of Judah, it's not Palestine itself. Verse 15. And they came and attacked or besieged him, that is Sheba, in Abel of Beth-Maachah. And they cast up a mount or a mound against this city, and it stood in the trench. The mound stood in the hole. And all the people that were with Joab battered the wall to throw it down. Verse 16. Then cried a wise woman out of the city, Hear, hear, say, hear, say, I pray you unto Joab, come near hither, that I may speak with thee. This wise woman calling Joab. Verse 17. And when he was come near unto her, the woman said, Art thou Joab? And he answered, I am he. Then she said unto him, Hear the words of thine handmaid. And he answered, I do hear. Then she spake, saying, They were known to speak in old times, saying, They shall surely ask counsel at Abel. And so they ended the matter. This was an old saying, and when this happened, this wise woman remembered that this was like a riddle that the old timers had used. 19. And she says, I am one of them that are peaceable and faithful in Israel. And that lets us know that Abel was in the land of Israel. He said, Thou seekest to destroy us. She's talking to Joab. You seek to destroy a city and a mother in Israel. I am a mother. Why wilt thou swallow up the inheritance of the Lord? Why would you destroy this city? Verse 20. And Joab answered and said, Far be it from me, that I should swallow up or destroy. Verse 21, the matter is not so. I didn't come to destroy the city. I'm seeking one man. So he says, but a man of Mount Ephraim, Sheba, the son of Bichri by name, had lifted up his hand against the king, even against David. Deliver him only, and I will depart from the city. And the woman said unto Joab, behold, his head shall be thrown to thee over the wall. The wall they had been trying to tear down, and now she says, his head will be given to you over the wall. Verse 22. Then the woman went unto all the people in her wisdom, and they cut off the head of Sheba, the son of Bichri, and cast it out to Joab. And he, that is Joab, blew a trumpet, and they retired from the city, every man to his tent. And Joab returned to Jerusalem unto the king. Verse 23. Now Joab was over all the host of Israel, the general, and Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, was over the Cherethites and the Pelethites. Verse 24. And Adoram was over the tribute or the draft or the taxes. And Jehoshaphat, the son of Ahilud, was recorder or Secretary of State. Now, this is not Jehoshaphat, one of the kings. This is the son of another man. Verse 25. And Sheba was scribe or the lawyer, and Zadok and Abiathar were the priest. And Ira also, the Jerite, a descendant of Manasseh, was the chief ruler about David. So Ira was a high official in the kingdom of David. And so you see how trouble is still following David, and interventions are being done to keep him safe until God says David's time is up. So we'll be looking at other events that are going to take place, and I appreciate you all, and have a great day and a great week. We'll see you next time.